Hello learners, I welcome you back to your educational channel Learn and Educate. We will continue with the Income Tax Law, Income Tax Act 1961 consolidates and amends the law relating to income tax and super tax. In the definitions, we will continue further. Section 2, Clause 7, Assessing. Assessing means a person by whom any tax or any other sum of money is payable under the Income Tax Act 1961. Assessing means a person by whom any tax or any other sum of money which is payable under this act and includes a subclause A. Every person in respect of whom any proceedings under this act has been taken for the assessment of his income or assessment of fringe benefits. Any person in respect of whom any proceedings under this act, any proceeding means any proceedings has been in terms of any action taken by the Department of Income Tax, any their officer, income tax commissioner, any assessing officer for the assessment of his income or the assessment of fringe benefits. Fringe benefits is related to the salary. Fringe benefits, the facilities available to him for which cost has not been paid, no money has been paid by the person, by the assessee, but he enjoys the benefit without paying any money. Those are fringe benefits. It may include cash benefits, non-cash benefits, facilities, or of the income of any other person in respect of which he is assessable. Any income of other person in respect of which the assessee is assessable. The assessee is assessed that are clubbing of incomes or of loss or of the loss sustained by him or of the loss sustained by him or by such other person or of the amount of refund due to him or to such other person. A loss sustained by him has been in case of businesses. The business carried on by him if he has a profit, but loss sustained by him, it has to be carried forward at because the right amount of loss shall only be allowed to carry forward to the further 4 years to further 8 years block of years. From this starting from this assessment year, it will be carried forward. That is what loss, sustained loss. We are talking about income also, income of other person to be clubbed his income, other person to be in respect of his that income he is assessed, fringe benefits, assessment of his income, fringe benefit second, third is about in respect of other person's income in respect of which he is assessable, loss sustained by him or any other person, or the amount of refund due to him, or he had to pay the refund to other person in respect of that also. With respect to tax payable, Section 2, Clause 7, Subclause B. Every person who is deemed to be an assessee under any provisions of this Act, under any of the sections, under any of the under provisions of this Income Tax Act 1961, then the person is deemed to be the assessee under any provisions of this Act. Subclause C. Every person who is deemed to be an assessee, every person who is deemed to be an assessee in default under any provisions of this Act. Subclause B talks about every person who is deemed to be an assessee. Subclause C talks about any person who is deemed to be an assessee, who is deemed to be an assessee in default, who is deemed to be an assessee in default under the provisions of the Act, who is deemed to be an assessee in default under the provisions of this Act. The person who is deemed to be an assessee in default under the provisions of this Act shall be the assessee. Section 2, Subclause 7A, Assessing Officer. Assessing Officer means the Assistant Commissioner or the Deputy Commissioner, means the Assistant Commissioner or Deputy Commissioner or Assistant Director or Deputy Director or the Income Tax Officer who is vested with the relevant jurisdiction, who is having the relevant the particular jurisdiction by virtue of the directions or orders, by virtue of directions or orders issued under subsection 1 or subsection 2 of section 120, who is having a direction or by virtue of the directions or orders vested under subsection 1 or subsection 2 of section 120 or any other provisions of this Income Tax Act 1961, and the additional director or deputy additional director or additional commissioner or joint commissioner or joint director who is directed under clause B of subsection 4, under clause B of subsection 4 of section 120 to exercise or perform all or any of the powers and functions conferred on or assigned to them in exercise of or performing any of the power or functions which are conferred or assigned to them to an assessing officer under the act. The assessing officer means as per section 120 subsection 4 clause c clause b, the additional director, the additional commissioner, the joint commissioner or joint director who is directed to exercise such powers to perform all or any such functions which is conferred or assigned to an assessing officer, and the persons who are been vested with the directions or orders issued under section 120 subsection 2 clause 1 about the redundant jurisdiction by virtue of direction and order by the to the assessing officer, but to the assistant commissioner, to deputy commissioner, to assistant director, to deputy director. Section 2 clause 8 assessment. Assessment includes three assessment. As far as this up till now, we need to just only consider that assessment also includes reassessment, but for the purpose of assessment we have to see it in further lectures what exactly it is assessment. Section 2 clause 9 assessment year. Assessment year means the year, means the period of 12 months. This is the period of 12 months which is commencing on first day of April every year. For example, in respect of this particular year, which is starting from 1st April as of now today, 1st April 2021 to 31st March 2022, 1st April 2021 to 31st March 22. This will also be the assessment year, but this will be the assessment year for the previous year. Okay, this year assessment year 21-22 will be the assessment year for the previous financial year, which will be 1st April 2020 to 31st March 2021. Consider this. Assessment year is the next year. I'm telling you different type. I am explaining you. Assessment year means the period of 12 months starting from 1st April every year, but this particular assessment year will be considered as the assessment year for the previous financial year. That is the case. Clause 7 assessee, clause 7a assessing officer, clause 8 assessment include reassessment, and clause 9 assessment year means the period of 12 months commencing on 1st day of April every year.